This program is designed to showcase Faribault Wrestling and their fine student athletes. So it's time to get off your couch, strap on the headgear, and get ready. It's time for Takedown TV. Now I'm with the varsity head coach, Coach Jesse Armbruster. You've had a pretty decent season right now. You're currently
at this moment we're 6-2, 2-0 in Big Nine. We've jumped out to a nice start to our season. I should say, heck, we're at that midway point right now, and the boys are looking real good.
That's excellent. Midway point already, January 11th. I know you had last Thursday and Friday had two big duels, and let's start with Thursday's match with Farmington.
Well, Thursday was a lot of fun. It was youth night, so we had a nice crowd. It was fun for our kids. Our high school kids said, "Wow, this is great to wrestle in front of this many people." And immediately for me, it brought back the old memories of when we used to wrestle, and the gyms were always packed. It was a lot of fun. So it was good for our kids to have that experience and have that, those numbers in that gymnasium cheering on the Falcons. So that was a lot of fun. And then we get right into the meet. I wouldn't say we had our best meet. I felt like we were going to be able to handle Farmington much better than we did, but we had some flip-flop matches in there that we were hoping to pull out, and we didn't. And in a couple cases, we actually went to our back and gave up some big points. So we were pretty nervous going into the upper weights. But Matt Becker, he stepped it up for us. Went out on the mat, spent a whole 25 seconds out on the mat, got us a big fall. Kevin Palacios, both those guys are captains for us. They got things going in the right direction, and that left us with two guys, two relatively very inexperienced guys. Logan Hartop, who's only been wrestling for a couple years, went out, wrestled a fantastic match, pretty much controlled from whistle to whistle, and actually got a fall in the second period, which put us ahead 34-33 at the time. And then Mr. Mock comes out, and he's only been wrestling a couple months, but he's getting better each and every time on that mat, and he was. We have an opportunity up here where the last couple of weeks, all of our heavyweights are pretty new up here, which we haven't had to worry about heavyweight for a long time. But we've had a lot of those guys come back. The Wilson brothers, who I think everyone knows their name in this town and what they've done with the sport of wrestling. They've been up here working with these new guys, and like I said, we can see these guys getting better and better every day. Cody goes out, gets a fall in the second period, and the place pretty much erupted as we walked away with a 40-33 victory. So that was a lot of fun.
In the Faribault gym, how about the other way around? Having you mentioned your kids wrestling in front of a large number of people, which is outstanding. But how about the younger kids getting a chance to wrestle in front of those, possibly their mentors?
Well, side by side on the mats with Thursday being youth night, the varsity match was, well, actually we started off with JV on one mat and the middle school wrestling on one mat, and then both teams wrestling Farmington, and then at about 7:30 the varsity came out with the youth. And so they were side by side, and it was, you could see our kids looking over and watching them, because many of them were coaching them in the youth program and has some ties with them. And, you could hear our kids talking, "Hey, did you see so-and-so get a takedown over there?" And at the same time, you can see those kids staring over, and they'd drift from one mat and come over and sit on the side and watch, you're right, their mentors, or in some cases their heroes, take to the mat and do battle. So it was a great night, especially for the standpoint of a fan. When it comes down to a score like that, and the youth meet was the same way. It came down to the last match, and Faribault beat them something like 53-51 or something like that. So it was a lot of fun. As a coach, though, those ones will drive you crazy.
And how about the very next night? You went to Austin, I believe, and came up with your second Big Nine win.
And that was another great victory for us. Austin was a team that had beaten us a couple times last year, and we turned that corner basically mid-season last year. We ended up drawing Austin in the first round of the the postseason. You know, they were the number 3 seed, and we went in and we really kind of took care of business. And our kids really started to believe in themselves and wrestle well, and they had a great section run. And this time, you know, we got back there and we talked about, hey, listen, you know, this is a team that took us a couple times last year. We came into their house and beat them. They remember that, so we have to have our best game tonight. And you know, our kids went out and they wrestled fantastic. You know, we started off. Ryan Mullenix had a real tough match, and he fought the whole way. And then Brandon Peters goes out against a tough kid who was battling for a state berth last year. And you know, we're, I think, 10 seconds left, and we had to turn him again to get a major, and we did. So Brandon wrestled great, and then you know the story with Mr. Broughton and getting a big win over a kid that's really pretty much owned him the last couple of years. So, and then it just went all the way up through the lineup. Our kids wrestled fantastic, and we came out of there with a great win.
So you're at the midpoint of the season. Do you feel every year I think we talk about the grind, the January grind, and once you get over like the middle of January, it seems like the section tournaments here, the postseason stuff is here, and it goes fast. But do you have that feeling in the practice room right now?
Yeah, I think the grind is here, and the kids know it, and we're aware of that as a coaching staff. We talk, we have our meetings. You know, we meet with the captains, how our guys feeling. You know, we gave the boys Monday off of this week so they could rest the bodies a little bit, take care of academics. With this being finals week as well, academics is really important for our squad as well. So you know, we want to make sure that that we're doing the right things for our kids, for our program. You know, and that hopefully will springboard us into having a strong end of our week with a duel on Friday night against Mankato East, and then we go in for 4 big duels at the Monticello tournament. So you know, we have 5 matches this week, and we would just want to make sure that we're ready for that, and the kids are rested and mentally sharp as well.
Keep up the good work. It sounds like you'll be able to reevaluate after 5 more matches Saturday evening.
Well, I think we know what we can do on Friday. Saturday is going to be a good test for us. We're going in there with 4 other ranked teams, so we're going to come out of there. We're going to have a good idea of you know, each time out we learn something new about our squad, and so we'll be able to come out, take a look at film, take a look at our notes, and adjust and make sure we're ready for that final push.
Excellent. Do you have any ranked wrestlers at this time of the year?
We have 2 boys right now that are ranked individually. Brandon Peters is ranked 5 at 119 pounds, and Matt Becker is ranked number 10 at 171 pounds. And both of them are very deserving of those rankings, and you know, and they're putting our team in good position to, you know, to have some looks as well. And who knows, you might see that Faribault pop up there pretty soon. They're on the verge. Congratulations.
I know the last few years, you know, we're finally taking the steps, and the steps are up.
They are up there, and some of them have been some pretty big steps from where we were just a few years ago. And a lot of that came from what you saw here tonight. Those youth kids, you know, it takes a whole family to make this program run. And right now we have a real dedicated coaching staff. We have a great group of parents, and we have kids that are working to get better every day. So that, you know, you add all those 3 together, and we have something that the community can be pretty proud of.
Excellent. The best of luck to you, and most of all, keep up the good work.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
I know the coaching staff at Faribault here and the wrestling community here in Faribault, they're very excited about the youth program as well. Can you tell me about this, why everybody's so excited about this youth program?
Right now we have about 100 kids in our youth program. The reason we're getting so many kids in our youth program is our elementary program is really coming through. We have a little 4-week program, and in that program we had over 180 kids in that one. So from that it goes into our youth, the club, so kind of a rollover there to get us to our 100 kids. We can really see the difference in the number of kids that we have, because now we're starting to get into team competitions, and our team is getting a lot better because now we have actually wrestle off to see who can be on the team and stuff. Our team right now is 5-1 total. We beat Farmington 65-59, and then we wrestled this last weekend in Cannon Falls in a team tournament, ended up taking second. We went 4-1 on that one.
So you've had, so basically your dual meet team record is 5-1.
5-1 for the youth club team record. Our next team tournament is coming up this Sunday in Eagan. We're trying to do 1 to 2 a month now for team competition, getting ready for what varsity is kind of like.
Excellent, and that's what it's all about. To build a program, you really have to start with these kids young. On 185 kids in the elementary program, 4 week. Oh man, I'd like to see that gym.
It's packed. I don't know if the fire marshal would really like it.
That's good, and that's what it's all about. To build a program, you really have to start with these kids young. On 185 kids in the elementary program, 4 week. Oh man, I'd like to see that gym.
It's packed. I don't know if the fire marshal would really like it.
That's good, and that's what it takes. 185 down to 100 kids in the secondary level, which is your youth program, and it'll all pay off. And I understand why Coach Armbruster and his staff is they said it's a bright future. So keep up the good work with that youth program and elementary program, because it really all starts there, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Good luck to you. And I'm also here with Brad Babcock for the middle school program too. Past week, what type of competition have you had?
We've been wrestling middle school. Last week, Monday, we went to Waterville, wrestled Waterville and New Richland, Heartland, Allendale, Geneva, and Mankato East. This week coming up, we have Shakopee on Thursday. We go to Mankato East on Friday. Then we end it with Lakeville with the BML end of the year middle school tournament. Right now we have about 20 kids out. Out of those 20, about 8 of them have wrestled before. So we're pretty young, pretty raw, but we really we knew that coming into this year that we were going to be like that. We really stressed in just improvement every day in practice, every meet, just improve a little bit on something.
And at this time of the season, can you evaluate? Have you seen that improvement? How long has the season been going on?
We started our wrestling season the same time varsity did. The first weekend, or the week of Thanksgiving is when we started. And yeah, we've seen a great improvement from the first week up to Christmas break. Coming back from Christmas break, we went back a little bit. Then right now we're back to where we were, and we're really pushing. Tonight was our last practice on Wednesday here, so we're really pushing this next 3 days here to end of the year tournament, really pushing that. We want to come out of there with a few champions.
And we had a couple of wrestlers of the week, Anthony Van Tomey and Kyle O'Neill. They had a good week last week. Any other wrestlers that you care to mention at this time?
We have Devin Heron is working hard down there. Isaac Van Tomey, Anthony's brother, working pretty hard. We did send 2 of our middle school kids up here to the high school level, Edwin Santiago and Ryan Mullinex. So those guys are working really hard up here.
So those must be 8th graders?
Actually, Ryan is a 7th grader.
Really?
Actually, they both are 7th graders. Ryan wrestles 103 for him, and Edwin is challenging for their heavyweight spot on JV.
Okay. And again, the middle school program, fairly young this year, but they're getting better and better. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade program?
It's a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade program. We have 3 8th graders, but our big classes are 6th grade. We have about 9 to 10 in that, or about, nine wrestlers in our 8th or 6th grade class. We're really kind of concentrating on that 5th grade class coming in. Next year, our 5th grade class will have probably over 25 to 30 wrestlers alone just in 6th grade.
Oh, that's great. Keep working them hard. Keep getting better.